Hello, the game has started. It's me to go first. Wow, what a rack. I have got a bingo here. I have corsets and others. So corsets, escorts and sectors. But the C got doubled, so nothing better than corsets. Now, dry-off's not good. And not a bingo-y rack, but not a problem either. There should be plenty of options and good scoring tiles in the F and the Y. But what a start. Always great to start with a bingo. Happens one game in 7 or 8. Now the O of corsets gives access to double word squares. Not seeing anything great through that. I have doff on my rack. Oh, wow. That's disappointing. It's great to start with a bingo, but if opponent bingo's back, you're in some ways back to square one. So, what to do here? I'm not seeing anywhere for doff apart from doffs in column 10. I don't have foy because FO not good. O varioles is good. So, what about doing this? Doff for 33. Offie may be good, but then that doesn't get doubled. So this is scoring 22 from the doff element. Offie would be 13, so a 7-point difference to have D on my rack rather than Y. I don't think that works, or I don't think Offie is a better play. This is 33. Yeah, I'm going with this. Okay, so J and Y, the two non-bingo-y tiles. And I'm going to struggle to play them both off. I think Jinx is good. No N's on the board. And again, I can't play parallel to O varioles. I don't have a vowel to go to the left of the L. Nothing around doff is particularly useful. Another bingo from opponent and a second blank, so opponent now leads. Wow, what a brutal game. So what can I do? I've got joy through this O, getting rid of J and Y. Rack leave slightly slightly consonant heavy, although all bingo-y tiles. However, if any of those consonants repeat, my bingo prospects diminish. But it is good to get rid of the Y with the J. No U for jury. So is there any other way of playing off more tiles than joy? What about a play in column 14 which gets the Y tripled? Well, no, not which burns the J. What about in row L getting the Y doubled? No, through a U I would have injury, but none has been played. Nothing in column 8, I don't think. Could end EFY. Well, I'm in the hands of the tile gods here. And look at this, only 26 points. That's not great. Let me just pause. Do I have anything through the I getting the Y doubled? No. Still no N. Still no X, rather, for Jinx. And Joy is going to provide an easy J scoring spot, but it is going to leave alone these nice floaters in O varioles. So I am going with Joy for 26. And not a good pick. No vowels. So I'm going to struggle to score, but I'm still within reach of opponent. Ectopia takes an S. Opponent struggling with vowels as well, plays off 4 consonants. We could have a lot of vowels at the end of the game. And there are plenty of floating vowels on this board, but my rack is just so poor that none of those give me a bingo. But let me check that. What about the E? No, it's this LMNRR, just not a great set of consonants. So I could play mare. 16 points. Horrible rack leave. I really want to do better than that. I can't take advantage of any of these triple word squares. Can't score with the J, can't score with the EF. I can sort the rack out, but for a very low score. And wrecking bingo lanes. I can play Merlin for 9. Well, no, I can do better than that. I can play Limner for 16. Definitely sorting the rack out. I am taking out bingo lanes. However, bingo lanes do remain. Ref is good, so there's row C. S and T remain as floaters, and there are the 7-letter lanes in columns 13 and 15. I don't think I'm going to do much better than Limner. I am going with this. Well, if you're drawing 5 random tiles, you can't expect to be in bingo territory, and I'm not. I have Whisk burning the S in column 3. Through an O, I would have Hauk, which would sort the rack out a lot, and my rack leave this time would be ERST, and I would only be drawing 3 random tiles. Gosh, I was just looking to see if Hauk worked in column 5, but WI not good. So I may be again looking at a lowly score, but I only trail by 15 and I do have the S. Okay, so nice bingo by opponent. This is what I'm thinking of. Hauk for only 14, but a decent rack leave. Whisk has been blocked. That's 14. So the H isn't a terrible tile to keep, so can I play W and K somewhere? And Wok and Cow are both good. They don't work around this O. I've got Wok here, only 16 points. I'd be better off playing Hauk, which doesn't give anything away. Limner takes an S. So what about playing Skew? 46 points, keeping THR, providing a floating vowel. I think that's worth doing. That's going to draw me level. Definitely better than 14 for Hauk. This is an extra 32 points. Yeah, and Rest isn't 32 points better than HRT. So is this the play? I think it is. I do want to play off the K and the W, and I'm not seeing anywhere to do that, which scores in a way that this does. I'm going with this. Well, gosh, very unbalanced, very non-bingo-y, but look at this, just 1 point between us. And this lack of vowels is preventing access to these triple word squares in column 15. Opponent, when playing Nile, must have been expecting a possible play by me, but I haven't made one. I've still got the R for Ref. I think Box T is good. Are there any hot X spots on this board. Gosh, what about column 3? Do I have any OXI plays which get doubled? I don't think I do. What a shame. That would have been a decent score. No. I do have box and boxy on my rack. Is there anywhere for those? Opponents lost contact or quit. Hopefully they will return. Now, gnarly is good, so I do have boxy in row G, boxy and gnarly. That gets the X doubled. And we'll leave HRT. H can go underneath the S. And opponent's back, fantastic. While he was away, I noticed that boxy also plays in column 5. Both of those spots remain available. Through an A, I would have haybox. That was my other observation, but no A's available. So opponent plays Bing. Bing takes an O and a Y. Wow, opponent is lucky that I don't have a play which gets the X doubled, but I can do this. Brothy for 53, retaining the X for score. Is this best? Is there really no way of getting the X doubled? I don't think so. I am going with this. What about a play which has the Y underneath Bing? No, not seeing such a play. Oh wow, what a pick. Pretty grim WU combo. However, I do have a couple of vowels, so there may be somewhere to play XU. Well, there is, top right. Wow. And there may be somewhere to play M and W, but I'm going to struggle to play M, U and W. Phew, I thought that was a bingo coming down. It's not. Nud, not good, otherwise XU could play here. I do have Wex. Let me see what this looks like. 46 points. Splitting up W and U. Yeah, surely this is the play. This is better than XU. Zoo at the top right. 30 points. This is 16 more points. And Zoo would have retained the W, and Wex provides very little. Opponent may be able to get 30 points in row B, but is likely to be opening access to row A if they do. So, is there anywhere better? I don't have a bingo with this rack. What about a play in column 15? I have no vowel that goes to the right of L. Look at all these A's to come. And I's, all of which go to the right of the L. Okay, well, Wex for 46. Through a U I would have duumviri. All 3 U's to come. But no bingo on this rack apart from that. Available with a floating U. So virid is good. I do now have an I for going to the right of the L, but I'm not seeing anything other than irid in that spot, and I would like to split up V and U, a deadly combo in the way that W and U is. Now, opponents popped out again. Hopefully they will return. And opponents back. My only observation in their absence was, I had mud where opponents played cat. And that's a good score. And cat doesn't provide access to row A, so my lead just 20 points and I don't have any options. I noted, again, while opponent was away, that on to an A I would have Mudiria, and also that skew takes an A in front, but none of my observations are contributing to a playable move. Still 3 U's to come, so it would be super useful to play off a U. I could do that top right with just MU, keeping Virid. Pretty grim. But what can I do? Super tricky rack, 10 minutes on my clock. Playing Irid. Wow, just doesn't feel good. Only 17 points, keeping U and V. What about these floaters in corsets? No. Through an E, I would have IV'd. I have Vug for a very lowly score. This is one of the hardest situations to deal with in Scrabble. I'm just not seeing any good options at all. None of my vowels goes to the right of J. Well, the U goes to the right of the Y. Pure im, not good, that was removed, even though it's not a slur. Do I change? Is there anywhere for vum? Or vums? Really tempting to change. Let me count the remaining vowels. 21 out of 30. Almost everything left is a vowel, which I think means Irid is better than changing. Vowels will help me get rid of V and M. There are very few scoring tiles left. Look at this. This is a bizarre bag. Just B and H worth more than 2 points. The vast number of vowels means the bag isn't bingo-y. There are no blanks to come. So setting up this 7-letter lane isn't massively dangerous. Because of the number of vowels, opponent almost certainly has a column 15 play. I am going with Irid. Through an I would have Iridium. Just wondering if I have anything else in column 15. It would have to begin with I. No, I am going with this. Well, I don't dodge all of the U's, but I only draw one, and I draw one of the other scoring tiles. Mohua is good. Look at this for a lead, only 30 points. There are plenty of bingos in the bag, but only if opponent is avoiding a vowel glut. And his last play of cat gives no indication. Now I have ovum on my rack, and I have an A for askew. Plenty of A's to come, but I could play ovum in column 14. One S to come, ovum. I don't think it takes an S, I think it's novum, which takes an S, and ovum doesn't. But ovum would provide access to the triple word square bottom right. But no scoring tiles left, just the P. Worth more than 2 points, and that's only worth 3. So I think if opponent bingos, he's a massive favourite, but... Oh, and he does bingo 81 points. And he wouldn't have bingoed. I provided the spot. Ouch. Okay, so... I trail by 40. Wow. Opponent only had 3 vowels. So, what to do? Let me see what ovum scores here. 24 points, keeping a horror show of a rack leave. Anywhere else for ovum? And opponents may have the S for pendules. Do I have anything? Homer is good. 54 points. Wow. Keeping the worst ever rack lead, but 54 points. This will put me into the lead. I am going with this. Wow, what a pick. I pick all bingo-y tiles, but having retained UUV, I don't have a bingo. Only 2 consonants left. Wow. Is there a way through? I do have an A for a skew. Opponent may overlook that. But I've got to do something about these U's and V's. So, UVA is good. Is there anywhere for that? I have Vista. 5 tiles in the bag. Very difficult to see where U's and V's can play on this board. I've got out as a prefix. Where can I play Uva? Or Vor? Vor is its anagram. Crazy board, nowhere for Vor. What about, do I have any APU plays? No. Any PU plays which burn? I'm looking to play off 2 out of UU and V. And I'm not seeing how to do that, which is agonising. Or even a big play using just 1, and I'm down to 4 minutes on my clock. And I'm not seeing any A plays which reach this double word square. I'd quite like to keep the S hook for joys. I have Vort on my rack. Anywhere for that? Three minutes on my clock. I'm still just looking for anywhere to play off U and V. What am I missing? Well, there is a spot. Incredibly humble score. But I'm doing this. Uva. Oh, and I'm burning my A, but there are 2 A's to come. Uva for... Wow, do I do this? 2 minutes on my clock. I have to play off one of the U's. I'm going with Vatu for 9. And I missed the A for askew. And I lead by only 6 points. 2 minutes on my clock, 13 on opponents. No bingos here, 7s or 8s. I have a T for treff. Still 1 U unplayed, so there's the risk of doubling up. 2 tiles in the bag. Out 20. Is that going to be enough for opponent? Opponent leads by 14. The bag is empty. So can I go out into Snape is good. So I have Etuise for 26. 400. I'll lead by 12. Do I have 2 outs for... Oh, Snape isn't good. Snape isn't good. 2 minutes on my clock. Let me just confirm this. Nope, it's not good. But anywhere for etui. I'm really looking to go out in 2 here. Can I do that by playing twee for 14? No, I can't. Anything getting value from K and W? KU not good. 1 minute on my clock. Such a blocked board. What about EUOI? Does that play anywhere? Such a tricky board. 30 seconds left, and I have no moves in mind. I think I need to go out in 1 to win. But I'm not seeing how to do that. So 2E for 14, 9 seconds left. Is there any out with IOSE? Owies. Doesn't quite fit in either spot. Nothing with the O, nothing with the C. Nothing with the S. I have Viz next turn. If opponent doesn't go out, I may have a 3rd turn. No 4-letter plays here. So I'm looking at Viz, which would leave OE. 9 seconds on my clock, 12 minutes on opponent's clock. Opponent may be drawn to id because he has gid. But he's not going out in 1. But am I going out in 1? Just looking around for available floaters. Or pairs of floaters. Pendule takes an S. Okay, opponent plays Ague, leaving G-double-I. I'm playing quickly because I'm short on time. Have I gotten out for OE? OE-WE. If opponent doesn't go out in 1, anything better than that? OE-double-E. OE-WE. I need a second out. OE up here. 11, that's more. So OE in row 6 is what I'm going for. And I've got 3 seconds to get that down. Wow! And the final score, 420 for opponent, 423 for me, a winning margin of 3 points, so a huge, huge win. Let's see what I missed. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. A 3-point win with 0 seconds on the clock. Did I make a meal of that? So, here we go. Fantastic start, which was an eternity ago, or 2 eternities ago. And I play... Oh, gosh, I've got my shaking hand again. Let's try again. Corsets for 74, but look at this fantastic rack for opponent. And they come straight back with varioles. Fortunately, I have the O front hook and see it, so I have Doff. 433. Wow. I'm still shaking from that win. That was just insane. So the clock is no longer ticking, so let me calm down a bit. And here we go. Fantastic set of 7 random tiles for opponent. Has all these bingos. Plays Ectopia, which does take an S. Oh, so I had gins for 48. Good grief, what do I do? Joy for 26 for 22 fewer points. I think gins is better despite the much worse rack leave. Yeah, I should have seen that and I didn't. Now, opponent's rack pretty grim. Plays Null. And opponent and I are both suffering from a lack of vowels. So I play Limner. Wow, which is fine. Nothing obviously better, even though I felt it was lame. Opponent struggling through, plays Zol. And now I play Skew, so I do burn my S in a way I neglected to do in column 15 earlier. Opponent still no vowels, and still playing through with Bing. Oryx. Oh my word, well done if you spotted that. I think that would have been the play. 77 points. And I played Brothy for 53, which is a very good second choice move, but significantly worse than the optimal one. Opponent plays Tender, and now I have this WU combo, and I split it up with Wex, keeping Drum. Opponent has Cat, which was nice, and at this point I lead by 20, but I have a grim rack. Oh, Myriad was playable. J7. Oh, wow, look at this. Vertically making Lie, Sick, and DE. Even though it keeps UV, it's a decent score. And also in column 15, I play Irid, but Imid was playable. Would have scored more and had a better rack leave. But look at this. This is when I felt I wasn't going to win the game. This was a fantastic bingo with a really bizarre, massively vowel-heavy bag at the end. Opponent plays Pendule. I trail by 43 points with 2 U's and a V. My back was against the wall. However, I have Homer, keeping this really nice UUV rack leave. And wow, look at this. For opponent, 7 vowels. Plays AIA, which was pretty decent. And just 3 points between us. 5 tiles in the bag. And I think from here on in, I absolutely struggled to find anything to play. Wow, F8. F8. Tavs, Reft and Joyce for 36 points. It would have retained IUU, but it's a big score. Yeah, especially as I do Vatu for a miserable 9 points. So, yeah, if you look at these rack leaves, they all retain 2 U's or U and V, whereas Vatu did play off 2 out of V, U and U. But that's the only thing in its favour, because 36 points for Tabs, I think, means that would have been a better play. Now, 2 tiles in the bag. Opponent plays Nape. I thought I had Snape for the win, but that's not good. And I still trail by 14. The bag is empty. So I was looking for an out in 2. And there is one, I think. B7. Etui because of double E and Tref, which takes nothing in front. So I think Etui, leaving iOS, surely I would have had options to go out with iOS. So I played 2E for 14. Yeah, that doesn't make the list and doesn't guarantee an out. Opponent plays Agu for 21, and I don't think he leaves himself an out in 1. I don't have an out in 1. B5. Oh, wow. Sned, Cats and Wax. For 32 points, that would have been enough. But I'm really short on time, down to 9 seconds. I play Viz. Yep, for 22. Opponent does not have an out. Plays Gee. And finally, I have OE for 11. And one more point was available elsewhere, but I got it down in the 3 remaining seconds, and that was enough to win by 3 points. And if I had gone 1 second overtime, I would have incurred a 10-point penalty and lost. So that was a game which came down to the final second. So absolutely unbelievable stuff. I am absolutely still reeling from that win, but what a game. What an absolutely fantastic game. So many thanks to opponent for a tremendous battle. I hope you enjoyed watching that game. Like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time.